Welcome to Pilates and Yoga with Vicky for a quick Vinyasa Flow, just to really stretch out our body and build some strength. So we'll start just with our feet, big toes touching, heels slightly apart, linking up through our hands. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, taking it over to the side, pressing out through the opposite hip. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. One more time each way. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Lengthen through that spine. Exhale. Back to center. Coming up onto our toes, we press our palms upwards. Soften the shoulders. Hold it there. 3 breaths. One more breath. Slowly lower down, release the hands, circle them behind into the small of the back, open up through the chest as you inhale. Gently arc the back open, exhale back to centre. Beautiful. Coming to the front of our mat, hands to heart centre. Just finding the length in your spine as we come into a nice initial gentle version of sun salute. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, then left. Drop the knees. Exhale, hug the elbows in. Inhale, taking the fingertips, Hastabandha. Keeping the elbows bent at about 90. Coming up, softening the shoulders as we inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, hands on the shoulders. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, toes under. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Finding length in your dog. And just some gentle knee bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, send the heels back. 4 more. Inhale, bend, maybe a bit deeper. Exhale, back. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Pressing those heels to the earth. Looking in front, taking the right leg forward towards the right hand. Drop the back knee. Knee above ankle, sweep through the earth into a beautiful low lunge. Soften the shoulders. Feel the expansiveness in the front body. 5 breaths. Really feeling the stretch through our left thigh. Sinking through our hips. Energy all the way to the fingertips. 2 more breaths. Slowly hinging it forward. Taking left hand to the earth. And then the right hand gently rolling onto the right edge of the foot as you open up through the hip. Softening into a little gentle back bend. 5 breaths. Sinking into a deep hip release here. Drawing the knee back in. Sending yourself back into a hamstring stretch. You can have blocks either side here for a gentler version, or just using your fingertips. Line your nose up your toe, getting into the hamstring. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, soften. 4 more breaths. If you want to feel it a little bit more, pull the toes up towards you. But we're just warming up still at the moment. Slowly come forward. Ground down through the hands. Step it back. Drop the knees. Hug the elbows in, all the way down. Finding Hastabandha, that's that hand connection with the earth. Inhale, rise up, open up through the spine. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, hands on the shoulders. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, toes under. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Just hold it here, just get up onto our toes this time. And then sink through our heels. 4 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more. Working into those calves. And mobilising those ankles. Find length in that spine. Beautiful. Taking the left leg forward, drop the right into the earth. Knees stacked above ankles, sweep up through the earth into a beautiful crescent lunge. Soften into the position, soften at the shoulders, soften at the hips. 3 more breaths. Hinge at the hips, slowly come forward. Right hand down, rolling onto the outside edge of the left foot as you gently pressing the knee open and the hip open, gently arcing back. 5 breaths. Slowly back to centre. Slowly sinking it back into hamstring stretch. Repositioning your hands as you need to. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, soften. 5 breaths. You can always pull the toes towards you to feel it a bit more intensely. If you draw in through your abdominal muscles, you might find you get a little bit more length in the spine. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen. Coming forward, ground down to the hands, step it to the front of the mat. Reverse swan dive, all the way up, palms meet, exhale, hands to heart center. 3 breaths, press through the feet, grow through the spine, connect with your breath. Adding on another layer this time, inhale, exhale, swan dive down, inhale, halfway, exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, inhale, right leg back, then left, full plank, propel yourself forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, or you can do the previous version into upward facing dog, exhale back, downward facing dog. Just 3 breaths here. Letting the head release, really feeling into the hands, feeling the stretch all the way through the spine and the back of the legs. Inhale, take the right leg high. Exhale, take it through, hover, just for a couple of breaths here. And then place it down with the right hand. Ground down through the feet. Sweep up through the earth. 5 breaths. To a strong crescent lunge, pressing the back thigh straight, soften the shoulders, energy to the fingertips, pressing into the front foot, the big toe, little toe and heel. 1 more breath. And then hinging again, find the earth, bring it back, heel towards the mat. Straighten the front leg into pyramid pose. So you might want your blocks, or you might just be able to reach. Drawing the right hip back, feeling a stretch through this hamstring. Finding length in the spine. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Beautiful hamstring stretch. Then from here, taking the left hand to the earth, or you can use a block. As you come into a revolved triangle, so really the whole torso, right the way through the waistline, is rotating. 5 breaths. Bend the knees generously if you need to, that's absolutely fine. And gazing wherever is comfortable for your neck position. Slowly coming down into Trikonasana. Choosing whatever hand position you want with this right hand, softening the shoulders, lifting through the upper torso. 3 more breaths. Really detoxifying ourselves with these twists. Softening through the front knee as you take the elbow to the thigh. You might want to work yourself a little bit wider as you sweep low. Inhale, exhale, open into a long side angle. Really waking up the energy lines down that left side of the body. Soften and open through the shoulders. And find lightness in the pose. You're not sinking into that thigh. Strong legs. Breathe in 2 more deep breaths. Slowly looking down, place the hands down, frame the foot, step it back, propel forward for your Vinyasa version. Hug the elbows in, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Send the hips high and back. Inhale, send the left leg high. Exhale, hover and hold for a couple of breaths, keeping the knee close to the chest. Then placing it by the left hand, find your stability. Inhale, sweep up into crescent lunge. Gentle back bend, pressing the back thigh upwards. 5 breaths. Hinge forward, taking the heel to the earth, so you've got that heel to heel alignment, straight in the front leg, into our pyramid pose. On the opposite side, 5 breaths, finding that length, trying to keep our back in a nice alignment with our crown, all the way to our base. 2 more breaths. Breathe into those hamstrings. Beautiful. From there, placing the right hand down or on a block, however you did last time, to revolve yourself, keeping your torso close to the opposite thigh. 5 breaths. It's a strong pose, this one. Sloping down, soften through that front knee, if you wish, as you then take yourself back up into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Soften the shoulders, really open up through the rib cage of that right hand side. 2 more breaths, fingertips energizing upwards. Soften through the knee again, elbow to thigh. You might want to go a little bit wider as you sweep it through. Exhale into your side angle pose, 5 breaths. Feel the energy lines from the right fingertips all the way to the outer edge of that right foot. It's anchoring down to the earth. Looking down towards the mat, taking a big step into the right foot, reverse swan all the way, gazing up, bend the elbows, exhale, hands to heart center, 3 breaths. Connect with the breath before we add on another layer. Hopefully having built up a bit of heat now in our body and a bit more flexibility in our muscles. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward. Inhale, right leg bend back. Propel forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, shine through. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Really concentrate on the length in your spine. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, heel to buttock. Hold it there, 5 breaths. Taking the heel to the bottom and the knee upwards towards the ceiling or sky. 2 more breaths. Slowly draw the knee towards the right shoulder, hover and hold. for 5, 4, breathe deeply, 3, 2, 1, place it down, earth yourself through your crescent lunge, coming up, 5 breaths, feeling strong and grounded, soften the shoulders, gentle arc in the back, opening to that front body. Hinge forward, and then from here you might be able to take it straight back into a more lengthened period pose, taking the fingertips forwards, exhaling, depending on your flexibility. So feel free to do the previous option or use any blocks. Heels to heel alignment, roughly 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, creep a bit further forward. If that feels good, slowly coming back up. Taking yourself ready for a revolved triangle. Left hand to earth, right hand to sky. Working your way around in the middle, 5 breaths. Bending the knees as you need to. Taking the right hand down, ready for Trikonasana. As you draw yourself back up, soften the shoulders, press into the feet. Soften the knee, right hand to thigh, you can work yourself a little bit longer. Sweep through as you inhale, exhale, open. 5 breaths. And if you want to add on, you can either stay here, or you can take the bottom hand off the thigh, 5 breaths. Just making a stronger pose. Taking the left hand to the hip, the right hand, we're reaching forward. I'll shuffle the back of it so it's easy to see. And you're reaching forward, ready for half moon. Keep your softness in the right knee. Left hand to hip, rotating the hip upwards and you gaze forward if you can. Imagine you're pressing that left foot into an imaginary wall and then taking your arm up as well. You can have a block under the right hand if you wish. Find something to look at, find a drishti. And then if you want extra, you can either stay here, bend the knee in slightly as you reach around for the front of that left foot. And then simultaneously, slowly pushing the foot into the hand as well as trying to pull your heel into the buttock. So I'll say that again. At the same time, you're trying to push your foot into the hand, but also your heel is coming towards your buttock. 2 more breaths for your sugarcane pose. Slowly release. Taking a big step back. Lifting this right leg all the way through onto our forearms. And then from here, pushing it back, open it through the armpits. Inhale down into a plank. Exhale back. 1 more. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, send it back. Come up onto the hands for your 3-legged dog. And then forwards. You can put the foot down or coming into chaturanga with the leg lifted. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop to the knees a moment. Just a 5 breaths in child's pose. Before we do the other side. Inhale, toes under. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, heel to buttock. 5 breaths. Really opening up through the hip. Working your navel center, twisting it all the way around. Taking the knee towards your left shoulder, holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 1. Placing the left foot to the left hand, steady yourself as you sweep up your crescent lunge. Beautifully arcing back. Strong crescent lunge. Soften the shoulders. 3 more breaths. Hinge forward, taking the heel to the earth and taking it back into pyramid, whichever version. Inhale, lengthening, exhale, releasing. Remember, you can be higher, you can have blocks, and you can bend your knees. They're all options. 3 more breaths. Slowly coming up, right hand comes down for a revolve triangle. Reach or rotate through the centre. 3 more breaths. Slowly coming back down. Check your stance. It's a heel to arch alignment now. For Trikonasana, triangle pose. Finding some lightness. Slight chin tuck to protect your neck. That's your Jaladhara Bandha happening. Soften that front knee. Take the stance wide if you wish. Inhale, sweep through. Exhale, open up. Find your length. 5 breaths. And then if you did last time, you can float the bottom hand off as well for the next 5 breaths. Breathe into it. Ujjayi breaths. And then from here, take the top hand to the hip. And I'll shuffle myself back so I'm still in view. Taking yourself forward, ready for half move with your fingertips to the earth or on a block. Taking the right leg up. Hands on hip, find a drishti. Softness in the left knee. Imagine you're pushing that right foot into a wall. Take the right hand up as well, if you wish. 5 breaths. And then if you wish, bend your knee forward slightly as you feel around for the front of that foot. And then working the knee back in line with the hip ball. Open up through the shoulder into sugarcane cane pose. Slowly release. Take a big step back. From here, taking the leg up, come onto your forearms, and as we did last time, sending it back as you inhale, leg high, exhale into plank. Inhale, push it back, open it through the armpits, inhale, 1 more time, exhale, inhale. Can look with our hands, and then choosing to keep the leg lifted as you chaturanga, Tadasana all the way through, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Drop the knees to the width of the mat, toes together, into a nice wide-legged child's pose, 5 breaths. Slowly coming up, turn yourselves onto the other side. Hug the knees in. Just give the ankles a little bit of twirl in the air. Send the blood the other way. And then taking the left foot over the right thigh into sort of a pigeon stretch. Working that left front knee away from you. You can reach around the shin if you want extra, or keep it on the thigh is absolutely fine. Holding it there. Feel free to pause the video and stay longer in these stretches. Keeping the foot on the leg, take the arms wide, taking the knee and the foot over to the right, to just stretch out through this region here. 5 breaths. Slowly back up to centre, keep the foot where it is, take them both to the other side. So you're using the foot as a bit of an anchor to get into the stretch here. Taking the hands, cradling them elbow to elbow. You want to just open up through the upper body and the shoulders. If it's too much, you can always just put that foot to the floor. 3 more breaths. Breathe into the right side body. Slowly come back up, release the arms. Switching legs. Toes pulled towards knee to protect the knee joint. Draw it up, taking it round in between the gap. Shins an option as well, up to you. Sinking through the hips, softening through the face. Working that right knee away from you. And then release the hands, arms T-shape. Taking the legs to the left as you look to the right. Adjusting the legs. If it's not comfortable, you can just stack the knees on top of each other in a twisted position. Slowly come back up, and then same position the other side. Taking the arms elbow to elbow if you want to. Breathe into that left side body. Again, option to take the top foot to the floor. Slowly release. I'll let you come into a beautiful Shavasana. Please pause the video and have a couple of minutes just to really play some beautiful music and absorb the benefits of your practice. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Namaste.